What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Just finished watching the match, and Barcelona lose to Royal Antwerp 3-2 in the final match of the Champions League group stages. I mean, I'm sick to death of the players absolutely downing tools and letting us, the fans, down. The lineup for this match is on the screen. It was a decent lineup selection from the get-go. It was Raphinha in goal, a back four of Hector Fort, Jules Kounde, Andres Christensen, and Alejandro Balde. Midfield three of the bald prick, Roberto and Fermin Lopez, and our front three of Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, and Ferran Torres. This team just does not want to perform to save their effing lives. We start off by conceding in the first minute. It was a mistake from both Raphinha and Romeu. I would say it was more so down to Romeu. I think, again, Raphinha's distribution wasn't that great, and he could have saved the goal. And Romeu, of course, was the one who lost the ball. First minute, you're thinking, whatever. We start playing. We start dominating the phases of possession. We don't really have a shot. We're just more so controlling the tempo, taking our time. We get the goal before halftime. Beautiful counterattack from, I believe, an Antwerp corner kick. Beautiful assist from the Lamine Yamal to feed Ferran Torres in between the space, and good finish by Ferran Torres. Second half starts. Same boring thing happens. I believe Antwerp scored, and then it was given as offside. It was Jules Kounde with the mistake this time. And then we go, and Romeu just concedes the most retarded goal I've ever seen in my life. He's literally holding the ball. He has Hector Fort and Lamine Yamal wide open. Doesn't pass to them. Tries to push off of the Antwerp player. Then gets pushed himself. Loses it. We concede. We then pull a goal back at the end of the moment to get a 2-2. Mark Gueyu getting a goal again. And then Jules Kounde makes a mistake. And we get a bit of a lucky bounce. And they go and they score 3-2. This is nothing short of an absolute embarrassment. Look, the game, like I said at the beginning, it means absolutely nothing. If you told me we would have lost 3-2, I would have been embarrassed. If you told me we would have lost this game just to 1-0 from Artur Remiren, I wouldn't have really been bothered too much. Just the matter that we've lost in, and also the performance of the players. I think the only players who played well in this game were Lamine Yamal, and I'm shocked to be saying this, but I have to give credit where it's due because I'm a realist and I'm a Barcelona fan. If you play well, I will give you the credit. Sergio Roberto. I think those are the only two players in this game who performed very well. I think Casado off the bench for that last 15-20 minutes, I think he did very well. Apart from that, everyone was a ghost for me. Apart from that, everyone just put in either bang out performance or even worse. A shout out to Christensen as well. I think he had a solid game for the majority of the game, but for his expectation, I think he was just an average performance. But, you know, people are going to say, Xavi out, Xavi out, Xavi out. Open your fucking brain, lad. Open your demog, you know, open your head. Xavi picked the right lineup. No one complained about the lineup whatsoever. If you look at all the predicted lineups and all the lines that people wanted before the game, one or two players of a difference. Made some good subs. Took off the right personnel as well. How is it Xavi's fault that this bald Spanish fraud cannot pass the ball out from the back to save his life? All three of the goals were not Antwerp tactically outplaying us and making a good finish or a good play. Not them scoring from a set piece. Not them scoring from a free kick. All mistakes from Barcelona players. All mistakes of us with the ball in possession is how we conceded. It has absolutely nothing to do with the manager. We're not losing the game tactically. We're not getting out. It wasn't a tactical masterclass from Mark Van Bommel. It was just them capitalizing on our mistakes. Yes, you could say going forward we didn't have many shots on goal. We didn't create that many chances. Fair. That can go on Xavi for sure. But us losing this game is not Xavi's fault. It is down to the players. Now, I will say this. The reason why Barcelona have the friendly later on in the month in Dallas is because they want to earn more money because we lost money from these competitions, from not winning the games in the Champions League. According to reports, the players weren't happy about that, and Barcelona will have to maybe give them a little bit of compensation to go play that game. If we do that, we are an absolute embarrassment. These players are the reason why we had to go play a friendly match right after Almeria. They are the ones that are not performing at the level that we do expect them to perform at. I mean, we are playing as if we are a mid-table side in La Liga. And I'm genuinely scared now for the remainder of the season because we are not performing, we're not improving, we're not changing whatsoever. We get up for a big game, we play well, but then we just don't finish chances. It is all, for me, down to the players. If you look at the opponents we could get in the round 16 of the round 16 of the Champions League, it is very scary. You have PSG, you have Inter Milan, you have Napoli, very, very strong opponents. And we could be coming up against them come February, and we're going to get cooked if we're playing the way we're playing. Now, again, I understand rotated side. The game means there's no real threat for us not finishing first place in the group, of course, as we all know. But the performance, again, from the players has to be, criticized. It is not down to Xavi whatsoever today in any capacity of this game. The 3 goals conceded, not down to Xavi. Again, he made the right subs. The lineup was there. I'm very curious for those people who are Xavi out to tell me in the comments down below why this result was Xavi's fault, because I am starting to realize that y'all just are just idiots and y'all just want a different manager just cuz. And if you were gonna sack Xavi, who the F are you bringing in? Because there's no one available whatsoever. We're bang average right in the middle of the season. Who's gonna come in mid-season to Barcelona? Makes no sense. If I'm Laporta, I would keep my eyes on the managerial market and I would, put pressure on Xavi. But this is not down to Xavi himself. I mean, have you not seen Lewandowski today again? Fucking shocking. I never want to see Romeu play for Barcelona again. Put him in a Copa del Rey game, the round of 32 against Barca, whatever, I don't care. Apart from that, I never want to see that bald cunt again this season. He has been worse this season than Roberto and Marcos Alonso. I would rather play Roberto and Marcos Alonso in the pivot than have Romeu there. And I am saying that with full honesty. His performance have been absolutely to the point where I'm thinking I might fly to Spain myself and convince Xavi to put me in the pivot over Romeu. He has been that atrocious. It is just unacceptable at this point. He's giving the ball away willy-nilly. He's conceding us goals and he's costing us matches, points, money. I understand he costs 3.4 million, all the expectations, blah, blah, blah. Every time he plays, he's costing us a goal. He cost us 2 goals today. Kounde as well. Gotta talk about Kounde now. Post-injury, this man has been looking like prime Clement Longley and prime Samuel Umtiti. I'd rather bring back Jeremy Mathieu from retirement. Kounde has been atrocious. Cost us 2 goals today, Kounde. Of course, one of them was offside, thankfully. But that second goal, the final goal that Antwerp scored, that's on him. Again, poor clearance. He's looked absolutely shite. Does all this Dragon Ball Z crap about him coming back from his injury, I'm in hibernation. Comes back like absolute dog shit. Shocking. He should be dropped as well now. I never knew Inigo Martinez's injury would be this, detrimental to Barcelona. But I'm missing Inigo Martinez. Kounde has to be dropped. You have to start Balde ahead of him. Again, Balde, I think today was, wouldn't say he was fantastic. I wouldn't say he was poor. I think he was average. But you've got to start, the back four of Cancelo, Araujo, Christensen, and Balde now. Because Kounde does not deserve to start in any capacity whatsoever. I think Fermin Lopez couldn't really get into the game. Didn't really have many touch on the ball. I think Roberto played very well. Was up and down the pitch, putting in tackles. Again, the yellow card that was initially a red card, 100% a yellow card as well. He was up and down defending the pitch. I think Lamine Yamal was absolutely brilliant. He showed that flair on the right-hand side with creating chances, was dribbling very well. He's what a winger is at Barcelona. I think Ferran Torres is a bit average. I mean, I think he got the goals, so credit to him. But I think didn't really get into the game, especially in the final third. Lewin Disney was just being Lewin Disney himself, not getting into the game in any capacity whatsoever. I think Hector Fort played alright. I think that first 2 minutes he was a bit ropey, but I understand the nerves are going to be there. I think he grew into the game a lot. I think from the subs as well, Gundogan, Cancelo, Pedri just came in and just ran about really. I think Gundogan, of course, got the assist on the free kick from Guayu. Pedri couldn't really get involved. He was moving a lot, Pedri, in the final third, but again, decision making wasn't quite there. I think Casado came in and put in a really solid shift in the midfield. I like seeing. I'd rather start. Please, put Casado in the pivot ahead of Romeu. Oh my god, I think Casado in that 20 minutes was better than Romeu in the past 2 months. And I'm not trying to exaggerate because I'm doing this video on YouTube and I want to look angry to get views. No, I am genuinely saying since mid-September until now, Romeu has not done anything. I think Casado in that 20 minutes in this game was better than Romeu at any point, combine all his minutes in the past 2 months and a half. 100%. So hopefully Xavi's realized that and maybe plays Casado. Again, if we go into Valencia this weekend and we see Romeu start the game or come off the bench, those are the things where you can blame Xavi and Xavi out brigade can say, look what he's deciding. That's fine. But Xavi's not doing it anymore. This result, not on Xavi in any capacity whatsoever. It is 120% down to these fucking players who are not performing or are not taking the right instructions from Xavi. I'm seeing Xavi on the sideline, yelling at them, telling them and giving them instructions, and they're not implementing it in any capacity whatsoever. Disappointing night, but you know what? It was a game that didn't mean anything. We could have lost this game 4 or 5-0, it wouldn't have mattered. It's embarrassing on paper. I think the really embarrassing part is conceding and losing the game. I think if this is a 2-2, you think, you know what, 2 mistakes, you get the draw and you move on. I think it's a bit worse because we conceded that goal in the final few seconds. It is what it is, and hopefully, if we don't win against Valencia this weekend, the panic alarm bells are gonna be ringing like no tomorrow. Anyways, leave me your thoughts down in the comments below. Who do you blame on this result? Do you blame the players? Do you blame the manager? If you blame the manager, please don't subscribe and just differ my channel. I don't need no idiots in my comments. Of course, make sure you drop a like on the video as well and subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I will see you guys next time on the channel. Take care and Forza Barca.